Hello Displorers, welcome back to another exciting video presented to you by Displorer, and thanks for watching. In this video we shall be shining the light on one of Africa's most beloved and efficient presidents, John Pombe Magufuli. John Magufuli is one of the best and most loved African presidents in modern times, owing to his policies and achievements both within and out of his country. Born on the 29th of October 1959, he is a Tanzanian politician and the 5th president of Tanzania, in office since 2015. He is also the chairman of the Southern African Development Community. First elected as a member of the parliament in 1995, he served in the cabinet of Tanzania as Deputy Minister of Works from 1995 to 2000, Minister of Works from 2000 to 2006, Minister of Lands and Human Settlement from 2006 to 2008, Minister of Livestock and Fisheries from 2008 to 2010, and as Minister of Works for a second time from 2010 to 2015. Magufuli's presidency has been marked by a focus on reducing government corruption and spending, and also investing in Tanzania's industries. If you are new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and turn notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. Given his popularity amongst Africans and foreigners alike, many people will know a lot about him. But here are the 10 things you probably didn't know about this prolific president. Number 1. Magufuli got most, if not all, of his education in Tanzania. While most influential individuals get some, or in some cases all, of their education abroad, Magufuli got his within his home country. He started his education at the Chato Primary School from 1967 to 1974 and went on to the Katoki Seminary in Biharamulo for his secondary education from 1975 to 1977, before relocating to Lake Secondary School in 1977 and graduating in 1978. He joined Mkwawa High School for his advanced level studies in 1979 and graduated in 1981. That same year, he joined Mkwawa College of Education, a constituent college of the University of Dar es Salaam, for a diploma in education science, majoring in chemistry, mathematics, and education. Magufuli earned his Bachelor of Science in the Education degree, majoring in chemistry and mathematics as teaching subjects from the University of Dar es Salaam in 1988. He also earned his master's and doctorate degrees in chemistry from the University of Dar es Salaam in 1994 and 2009 respectively. In late 2019, he was awarded an honorary doctorate by the University of Dodoma for improving the economy of the country. Number 2. Magufuli was a teacher before getting into politics. John Joseph Magufuli ventured into elective politics after a short period as a teacher at the Sengerema Secondary School between 1982 and 1983. He taught chemistry and mathematics, the subjects for which he got his master's and doctorate degrees. Later on, he quit his teaching job and was employed by the Nyanza Cooperative Union Limited as an industrial chemist. He remained there from 1989 to 1995, when he was elected as a Member of Parliament representing Chato District. He was appointed Deputy Minister for Works in his first term as MP. He retained his seat in the 2000 election and was promoted to a full ministerial position under the same docket. After President Jakaya Mrisho Kikwete was requested to take office, he moved John Joseph Magufuli to the post of Minister of Lands and Human Settlement on 4th January 2006. He also married a primary school teacher, Janet Magufuli, and they have 3 children. Number 3. He is called the Tanzanian Bulldozer. Magufuli received the nickname the Bulldozer not only in reference to his roadwork projects, but the term has also been used about his moves to reduce spending and corruption within the Tanzanian government. Following Magufuli's initial rounds of cuts post-inauguration, the hashtag "What would Magufuli do?" was used by Twitter users to demonstrate their own austerity measures inspired by the president. Magufuli's government has been accused of repressing opposition to his leadership, including laws restricting opposition rallies, the suspension of the Swahili language Mawia newspaper in 2016 for publishing false and inflammatory reporting regarding the notification of election results in Zanzibar, threatening to shut down radio and television stations that do not pay license fees, and the 2018 bill requiring blogs and other forms of online content providers to hold government licenses with content restrictions. A devout Catholic, he has been publicly criticized by the Conference of Catholic Bishops of Tanzania for taking measures that suppress constitutional freedoms, and in the view of the bishops, represent a threat to national unity. Number 4. His presidency. After taking office, Magufuli immediately began to impose measures to curb government spending, such as barring unnecessary foreign travel by government officials, using cheaper vehicles, and boardrooms for transport and meetings respectively, shrinking the delegation for a tour of the Commonwealth from 50 to 4 people, dropping its sponsorship of a World AIDS Day exhibition in favor of purchasing AIDS medication, and discouraging lavish events and parties by public institutions such as cutting the budget of a state dinner, inaugurating the new parliament session. While many presidents tried to increase their salaries, he did the reverse, as Magufuli reduced his own salary from $15,000 per month to $4,000 per month. Magufuli suspended the country's Independence Day festivities for 2015 in favor of a national cleanup campaign to help reduce the spread of cholera, which he participated in. The cost savings were to be invested towards improving hospitals and sanitation in the country. On 10 December 2015, more than a month after taking office, Magufuli announced his cabinet, which he reduced from 30 ministries to 19 to help reduce costs. In July 2016, Tanzania banned shisha smoking, with Magufuli citing its health effects among youths as the reason. Number 5. Infrastructure in Tanzania improved drastically under his role. With one of the highest economic growth rates on the African continent estimated at 6% for 2019 according to the IMF, the Tanzanian government is embarking on a vast program of infrastructural development, particularly rail infrastructure. Also, the small fishing port of Bagamoyo, to which $10 billion of investment has been allocated, is expected to become the largest port in Africa by 2030. Magufuli's government worked on various infrastructure projects targeting economic development. Projects include the addition of half a dozen Air Tanzanian planes as a way of reviving the national career, the expansion of Terminal 3 of Julius Nyerere International Airport, construction of Tanzania Standard Gauge Railway, Mfugole Flyover, Stiegler's Gorge Hydroelectric Power Station, Ubongo Interchange, New Cylinder Bridge, Kigongo Busisi Bridge, Huduma Bora za Afya, Vuto Bora za Afya, expansion of Port of Dar es Salaam, Dodoma Bus Terminal, Liquefied Natural Gas Plant, Water Project, Wind Farm Project, and Gold Refinery Plant. From the time he stepped into office, he has not stopped building and rebuilding. Number 6. Gold and copper ore exports were banned to encourage local industries. In August 2016, Magufuli announced the ban on the export of metallic mineral concentrates. Miners in Tanzania have been sending heaps of earth containing metallic ore to Asia and Europe for melting, but the content and quality had always been a contentious issue. The miners insisted it had a low commercial value. In March 2017, the country's largest gold miner, London-listed Acacia Limited, was accused of floating the ban. Magufuli ordered the seizure of more than 250 of its containers at the port of Dar es Salaam and formed 2 teams to investigate the matter. The first investigated the contents of the containers, the second, their value. The 2 teams then presented explosive reports, alleging that Acacia had underdeclared the value of the ore, skewing the amount of tax it had to pay. Armed with the findings, Magufuli's government slapped the company with a mammoth tax bill of $190 billion, covering the 17 years it had been operating in the country. While Acacia denied any wrongdoing, its parent company, Canada-based Barrick Gold, opted for talks. In October 2017, Barrick offered to pay the Tanzanian government $300 million to resolve outstanding tax claims, and would share equally any economic benefits from Acacia's operations in Tanzania with the government in the future. But the deal has still not been agreed on, and negotiations are still ongoing. Magufuli definitely is not the president to mess up from all indications, as he will never sell his country short of the golden prize. Number 7. Magufuli bans foreign travel to cut down government budget. In his first week in office in November 2015, Magufuli halted all foreign trips for public servants. In cases of emergency, approval could be granted by Magufuli or the head of civil service, he said. The move was welcomed with open hands by the public, as civil servants were often seen as wasting taxpayers' money by making frequent foreign trips, some of which were not beneficial for the country, and doing so by flying in first class or business class. To date, overseas trips for public officials are still limited, and although the president no longer issues approvals, officials must seek permits from authorities closely monitored by his office. A central bank report in early 2017 revealed that the government had saved over $430 million by limiting foreign travel between November 2015 to November 2016. The president himself has not traveled outside East Africa since becoming president. He has only toured Uganda, Kenya, and Rwanda. His longest journey so far was to Ethiopia to attend an African Union meeting in January 2017. He is also on record as saying that he is skipping foreign travel to save money. He also banned the live broadcast of parliamentary sessions, which saved the country the monthly cost of $1.8 million to air parliamentary debates. Number 8. He banned HIV centers and any LGBT-related issues. In October 2016, the Tanzanian government banned HIV/AIDS outreach projects and closed US-funded programs that provide HIV testing, condoms, and medical care to the gay community. The countrywide closure of the private HIV clinics began soon afterward. In late 2018, Magufuli initiated a nationwide crackdown, threatening to arrest and deport anyone campaigning for any gay rights and making it difficult to find a lawyer who would defend cases of violence against LGBTQ people. People convicted of same-sex liaisons in Tanzania can be jailed for up to 30 years. Paul Makonda, Magufuli's regional commissioner of the capital Dar es Salaam, stated in 2016, "If there's a homosexual who has a Facebook account or with an Instagram account, all those who follow him, it is very clear that they are just as guilty as the homosexual." 2 years later, he announced that a committee of 17 members consisting of police, lawyers, and doctors had been formed to identify homosexuals. Within 1 day of the announcement, authorities reportedly received 5,763 messages from the public, with more than 100 names. Hamisi Kingangwala, Tanzania's deputy health minister, said he supports the use of anal exams to prove whether someone is having gay sex, even though the test is widely considered to be a violation of human rights by medical experts. Number 9. Magufuli does not believe in family planning. In September 2018, John Magufuli told a rally, "Those going for family planning are lazy. They are afraid they will not be able to feed their children. They do not want to work hard to feed a large family, and that is why they opt for birth controls and end up with 1 or 2 children only." He urged people not to listen to those advising birth control, some of it coming from foreigners, because it has sinister motives. The statement has drawn criticism from Amnesty International and other international organizations, but he still stands on his point. Number 10. He believes COVID-19 can be prayed away. As the COVID-19 pandemic ravaged the world and many were closing down public places, Magufuli refused to close down churches. The fact that COVID-19 arrived in Africa relatively late gave governments on the continent more time to prepare and mobilize. Earlier this month, President John Magufuli took to the altar of a church to say that he would not introduce lockdown measures. He insisted God alone can deal with the pandemic and called for 3 days of national prayer. In front of a faithful congregation, the nation's president said the satanic COVID-19 does not reside in the body of Jesus and called for people to flock to churches. His critics condemned his actions, saying, "Around the world, countries require exemplary leadership from a commander-in-chief informed by the science, not as we have in Tanzania, an irresponsible priest-in-chief." Still, Magufuli and Dar es Salaam Regional Commissioner Paul Makonda announced that the disease had been defeated by national prayer and called for a public celebration. The World Health Organization has queried the government's approach to COVID-19. By June 2020, the government had not published data on the coronavirus since late April. There you have it, explorers. Those were the top 10 things you didn't know about John Magufuli. Thanks for watching this video. If you want us to profile any of your favorite world leaders, leave a suggestion in the comment section and we will do well to grant your request. Also, if you did enjoy the video, do well to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends.